Tonight on Coyote News, new changes have been proposed to the graduate requirements. And as more people are connecting on social media, see which ones are more professional than others. I'm John Wetherington.
And I'm Kathleen Suri. A Yote sports team placed second in their latest tournament, their highest placing this year. And see how students can stay fit at the Wellness Center without being involved in intramurals.
Plus, a campus group celebrated a traditional dance for the 42nd straight year. First, the headlines with Abby Pierce.
A magnitude 8.2 earthquake struck off the coast of northern Chile last night, triggering a small tsunami for the South American coast and leaving at least 6 dead. Waves about 6 feet high hit cities along the northern coast. The United States Geological Survey reports that earthquake's epicenter was located in the Pacific Ocean about 60 miles northwest of Chile and 12.5 miles deep. The quake occurred at 8:46 local time. The Supreme Court has eliminated limits on the total amount of people that can donate to political campaigns in a single election season. The divided 5-4 ruling could have an immediate impact on November's congressional midterm elections. The court did, however, leave intact the current $5,200 limit on how much an individual can give to any single candidate. And those are your headlines.
The South Dakota Board of Regents has proposed a tuition increase for USD students, but in-state students won't be affected. They currently pay an average semester cost just over $8,000. Under the proposal, out-of-state students would have to pay a 6.8% increase, with an average semester costing more than $10,000. A 3.7% increase is also included for residence hall fees. If approved, the proposed increases will take effect during the next academic year.
USD's Dean of Students is now a Vice President. Administrators announced that Kim Grieve will serve as Vice President of the Student Services along with her current position. Grieve has been the U's Dean of Students since July of 2012. USD also announces that Michael Card will be the new Associate Provost for Distance and Continuing Education and the Dean of the Graduate School. Card has been at USD since 1992 when he joined the School of Business. Most recently, he taught in the Political Science Department. Not only are those within the university being promoted, but USD's current Associate Dean of Academic in Arts and Science, Emily Haddad, is a finalist at the University of Maine for their search for a new Dean of College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. Haddad has been at USD since 1997.
Native Americans make up about 9% of the state's population, but only represent 2% of USD's student body. To increase the percentage, Coyote News' Megan Card reports that Teoshpe student council members are using an annual event to bolster recruitment.
Drum circles, traditional regalia, and native dancers all mark the start of the 42nd Wachipi, held in the Dakota Dome March 29th and 30th. Aside from the flair of the event, though, Teoshpe also used the gathering to promote education at USD and strengthening communities through health, wellness, and communication.
Well, it's a great thing to just come into and enjoy. When you come in, you hear the music, you see the beautiful regalia, you see all the different vendors and things that are going on.
Despite the difficulty of raising the $28,000 needed to host the event, Teoshpe President Jordan Catlett says with funding from the Student Government Association, private donations, casinos, and local tribes, the 2-day powwow attracted one of its largest crowds to date.
For most people, when it's their first powwow that they come to, I mean, they're impressed, they're kind of shocked, and for a lot of administration, I think they're really shocked at how big it is, and, how much work really goes into it.
After the Wachipi returned to the Dakota Dome, Teoshpe has partnered with USD student groups to sell Indian tacos. A weekend of these sales can bring in as much as $2,000, which will then be split between the two organizations. For Coyote News, I'm Megan Card.
Coming up after the break, hear why USD students spend their time volunteering in the Vermilion community. But first, see how students can set up their own professional networking site. Stay tuned.
Hey guys, sorry I'm late. you came in late, you can watch anything you missed on our YouTube channel.
A classical form of theater was brought to life by the USD Theater Department this past weekend. The theater's latest production, The Servant of Two Masters, ran last week. The play was put on in a classical form of Commedia dell'arte. Its unique use of music, physical comedy, and improv told the story of Truffaldino, a servant working for two masters to double his earnings. Unlike most USD plays, The Servant of Two Masters was put out in March. Was put out in the much smaller Arena Theater in order to recreate the classical Commedia dell'arte experience. USD Theater returns to the Wayne S. Knutson Theater for its final production of the year, Pippin, beginning April 24th.
While many students use social media to update the world on their latest shopping trip or their current mood, there's one site that's taking a more professional approach. LinkedIn is an online tool for social networking, where users can post information about their work experience and skills, as well as connect with professionals.
When you set up your LinkedIn profile, you're basically creating an online resume with different types of content. So it's kind of almost a step-by-step guide for, especially for our students just starting out, to fill in some of the blanks of what your experiences are, both as a volunteer, as a work experience, or as a club and organization that you're a part of.
Luders says LinkedIn is not the place to post about your social life.
It's less what you had for breakfast and more what you accomplished last semester.
Turner says the site is beneficial when it comes to searching for work.
The last couple of semesters, like looking for internships and like looking for job offers and like different opportunities, it's been really nice to see like what companies are posting information about job offers or what they're looking for in an intern, just to kind of help me specifically.
Students can connect with USD on LinkedIn by joining the General University Group or the USD Career Services Group.
Every year, hundreds of USD students volunteer for different organizations. Student volunteers benefit many causes in and around Vermilion.
There's something rewarding about, especially doing like Special Olympics basketball and coaching for Special Olympics track and field, is when you see like something click in the people's eyes when they like get what's going on, and then you don't even need to coach at all. That's like one of the most rewarding experiences I've actually ever experienced.
By volunteering, you get a chance to not only give back, but you get a chance to learn more about the community and also learn a little bit more about yourself too.
The Center for Academic Engagement has a website where students can discover new volunteer opportunities.
You know, the welcome table isn't going to fit for everybody. The Habitat for Humanity isn't going to fit for everybody. Try to find your thing that you really like to do that can help out other people in the community.
You can put your free time out to be volunteering. Just do all you can. It feels really good.
If you'd like to volunteer, visit usd.edu/volunteer.
On this week's Coyote blog, Charlie Daldorf dances for joy over Facebook's new purchase. Charlie?
Hello, everybody. We all got Zuckerberg last week. Facebook bought Oculus and their virtual reality headset known as the Oculus Rift, which was originally meant for video games. Nobody saw this coming. Not the gaming community, not me, not even him. He was probably sitting in his bed with the dev kit and was like, "Hey Alfred, come over here. See this VR tech on my face? Go buy these guys for my birthday." And here I am ranting about it. So it seems like everybody is getting into virtual reality technology now. Google already has their glasses, Sony is working on the Morpheus for their machines, and if Apple continues with their trend, we will see their perfected vision of what VR tech is in the next 5 years. It seems like this hype train is going full speed to somewhere awesome. So, what does this mean for the common populace? Are we just going to be running around with glasses on our faces doing stuff? I guess we could see events like the Super Bowl and concerts as if we're actually there. Hold on, wait a second. Daft Punk's concerts would be amazing to see using VR tech. It'd be like, music's got me feeling so free. We're gonna celebrate and dance so free. One more time, harder, better, faster, stronger. For Coyote Blog, I'm Charlie Daldorf, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, Charlie. Coming up after the break, see what changes in Greek recruitment will be in effect this fall. But first, hear which USD graduation requirements may be changed. Stay with us. The new 2014 catalog may make it easier for students to schedule classes. Coyote News' Courtney Starrett has the lowdown on the new requirements.
The proposal to modify foreign language, math, social sciences, and humanities requirements was sent to the Board of Regents for approval.
These new changes will make it more efficient for students when it comes to graduation.
There will be more flexibility with fewer classes, but the challenging coursework won't be affected. Associate Dean of Academics Emily Haddad agrees that this new proposal will benefit students.
USD's retention and graduation rates are not as good as they could be. We're hoping that by adjusting the requirements will enable students to make more rapid and regular progress towards graduation.
Advisors will undergo training in order to help students in a more efficient way while working with the new catalog.
Instead of having to work through very complicated checklists, the checklist will be a little bit simpler and more time can be spent talking about other issues.
The new requirements for the BA include 6 credits in the same foreign language, 6 credits in humanities and/or social science, and for the BS, 5 to 10 credits of math, 6 credits for humanities and/or social sciences, and 6 credits in natural science. Only students in the College of Arts and Sciences have changes to their BS, but the BA applies to all students. For Coyote News, I'm Courtney Starrett.
All proposed changes, including department name changes, new minors, and program modifications, were discussed this afternoon at the South Dakota Board of Regents meeting.
Greek life is common at USD, but their recruitment schedule is in for a change. Coordinator of Greek Life and Leadership, Laura Roof, says the changes apply to incoming freshmen and current members.
Recruitment will be taking place for the sororities the week before school starts.
Roof is getting that message out in ways she thinks will be successful.
Handouts and flyers, and we've been working with admissions to make sure they know all of the information that's happening. And then after we have everyone liking our page on Facebook, we're going to let people know that recruitment is moving and how to sign up.
Overall, Roof says the change will be beneficial to the Greek community.
So it'll be a very condensed schedule from what we are used to. We're actually going to only be doing 3 days of recruitment. And so it's going to be accelerated, but it is a format that other institutions are doing and doing successful.
For the latest recruitment information, visit the USD Greek Life page on the university website.
On this week's Yote Report, Coyote News' Bailey Millen finds out what events USD has planned to enhance student resumes and help them get a job after graduation.
Last week, the Office of Diversity brought Andy Zeisler, the co-founder of A Feminist Response to Pop Culture magazine, to be the keynote speaker for this year's Diversity Symposium. Zeisler says the media's portrayal of men and women led to the founding of the magazine.
We were really interested in looking at representations of women and men in media.
Along with her presentation, Zeisler put on an interactive workshop. She says pop culture is important to many activist groups, and her workshops help the audience understand bias in the media.
I gave a talk this morning called Don't Just Change the Channel, why pop culture is important to feminism, activism, and social justice. And the workshop I did this afternoon is called Talking Back 101, and it's sort of about seeing and detecting bias and bad framing in the media.
Students who attended the Diversity Symposium expressed strong opinions on the topics discussed.
I think we live in a post-feminist society, and it's also many men think that the patriarchy doesn't hurt them, it only helps them.
I sometimes am a bit critical of these things, but actually I felt she was very inclusive, which is really important to me, and I felt like the topic was quite informative.
Zeisler says it's important to take personal consumption of pop culture and media seriously, and to not just think about them as entertainment, but to think of them as subjects that affect daily life.
We're so immersed in it that we don't even often notice how it affects us.
For the Yote Report, I'm Bailey Millen.
The International Students Club is hosting their annual Festival of Nations on Sunday. Coyote News' Nicole Griffith is live in the muck with club president Monique Islam. Nicole?
Thanks, Kathleen. Diversity continues to be a hot topic for discussion here at USD, but one campus organization is offering the opportunity to understand other cultures. Thank you, Monique and Carrie, for being with me today. How many cultures and countries will be represented at the festival?
A good number of countries from Asia, Africa, and South America. They are attending the Festival of Nations, and India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, China, South Korea, Egypt, and a lot of European countries, they are taking part in the Festival of Nations. And all the international students, they are excited to take part in the program because this is a huge get-together and the biggest get-together among the international students. So we are hoping that it will be a fantastic moment for us, and different kind of dishes of different cultures, it will be presented, and different costumes, and people will be dressed up with their own culture. So I think it will be a fantastic moment for us.
What do you hope the USD community gets out of the Festival of Nations?
Well, our hope is that people see that all around the world, people are happy and enjoy food and celebrate in different ways. And I think that it is a movement towards peace in the world when people can trust one another enough to sit down and share food together.
All right, thank you so much. Don't forget the Festival of Nations is this Sunday night. Live in the Muck, I'm Nicole Griffith.
Thanks, Nicole. Coming up after the break, there's a new class from an old tradition being offered at the Wellness Center. And see what students have to say about pickup basketball. Stay tuned.
Always there for you. Coyote News, Wednesday, live at 5.
Tonight on Coyote Sports, the men's golf team placed second at their latest meet, and the softball team breaks into the top 100 RPI rankings. I'm Nathan Ellenbecker.
And I'm Malachi Peterson. A new but traditional dance class is being offered at the Wellness Center. Plus, sports commentator Courtney Sterrett talks about something that's not about March Madness. First, the headlines. Abby?
Jimmy Rollins of the Philadelphia Phillies started his 14th straight opening day against the Texas Rangers. This ties the Major League record for most consecutive seasons by a shortstop for the same team. During the same game, Rollins scored a grand slam in the second inning, making him the 19th player to have 400 doubles, 100 triples, and 200 home runs. Former Eagles wide receiver Deshaun Jackson has signed a deal with the Washington NFL team. Jackson played for the Philadelphia Eagles for 2 years, but was released Friday. He signed a 3-year, $24 million contract with Washington. Former USD head coach Matt Hauck has resigned to take an assistant coaching job with the University of Minnesota volleyball team. Hauck spent 6 years as a Coyotes head coach. He finished his career with a 97-85 record and the best winning percentage at USD. Associate head coach Leanne Williamson has been named the interim head coach until a new head coach is named. And those are your headlines.
The USD men's golf team placed second at the Western Illinois Invitational earlier this week. The team defeated conference rivals SDSU, IUPUI, and DSU in Western Illinois. The Yotes were led by Sam Matthews, who placed second, shooting 7 over par, while Jordan Reichel and Dakota Clark both shot 16 over par to tie for 15th place. The second place finish for the team is the highest placing so far this season. The Coyotes' next meet is in Tennessee before playing in the Summit League Championships.
USD distance runner Jeff Metler was named Summit League Outdoor Men's Track and Field Athlete of the Week after placing third in the steeplechase at the Texas Relays. At just under 9 minutes, Metler's time is 8th best in the nation and is the best in the conference. At the Wildcat Classic at Wayne State, USD shot putter Kyle McKelvey broke the state collegiate men's outdoor record with a throw of 59 feet and 5.5 inches, breaking the record he set a year ago. The mark is the best in the Summit League this season. Also collecting wins for the Coyotes were Tavaski Lewin, Alex Honentanner, and Brandon Janvey. USD will take part in the Dakota Duels in Yankton this weekend.
The gym, the track, and the weights are all popular for students at the Wellness Center, but as Coyote News' Jenny Zeller reports, there's one hallway students should venture down for more opportunities.
Some days this hallway at the Wellness Center can seem pretty crowded, but on days like today, the hallway can seem pretty vacant. But down this hallway and through these doors is just one of the many classes being offered at USD.
Belly dancing is a low-intensity workout teaching participants how to pop and roll many different muscles.
The style of belly dance that I usually do is American Classic, which is just a combination of all the different cultures.
Instructor Claire Pearson says students must first learn how to properly hold their hands.
Part of it looks more finesse, it's more put together, but also it's a preparation for finger cymbals.
And although the patterns range from basic to difficult, Pearson says beginning students won't use finger cymbals.
So dancers can play this as they're moving at the same time for an added layer of complication. But I don't teach that in my beginning belly dance class because it's hard enough just to isolate like the ribs and isolate the hips and be dancing to music at the same time.
After learning how to write the alphabet with their hips, participants did a series of combinations. Belly dancing is every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. for the rest of the semester. For Coyote News, I'm Jenny Zeller.
Well, it's not intramurals, but one wellness center activity still gets pretty competitive. Pickup basketball is a phenomenon found at most rec centers around the country. However, it seems to be extra popular on USD courts. Student Mike Stanley says he likes to keep playing the game, even though he's a few years out of high school.
I enjoy playing basketball and being able to be competitive still and coming and playing with people that played high school basketball and stuff. It makes it a lot more fun and just keeps a competitive edge.
Though the courts are almost always open, the players usually congregate around 3:30 each weekday. Tyler Stoll says he likes the competition, but some people compete a little too hard at times.
There's people who take it a little too seriously. Apparently we got LeBron James and Kobe out here every day, so.
If you're interested in playing, simply show up weekdays at 3:30.
MLB opening day was yesterday, but did it get enough recognition? This week on Sports Commentary, Courtney Starrett tells us why we should not forget about the true American pastime.
Baseball seems like it's been put on the back burner as March Madness made it down to its Final Four. The only talk I've heard lately is the concern for people's brackets and nothing about opening day for the MLB. The only time baseball really thrives is when it gets to the World Series, and most of the season going on before that is overlooked by many people. I'm not saying that baseball doesn't have any true fans, but I think there should be more. Baseball is originally the sport of America, and I don't think it's right when people say it's too boring to care about. Granted, people have their own opinions, and that's fine, but what happened to the all-American spirit for the game? One of the main complaints I've heard is how baseball takes too long on the big screen. Watching professional sports in person is so exciting and the crowd interaction is amazing, but every sport takes time and that shouldn't sway people from watching it on TV compared to live. If you're a fan, it won't matter where you watch it. Unfortunately, baseball doesn't get as much recognition as I think it should at times, but that's not going to change my mind. So let's cheer from the stands and our couches. It's worth it. Even if you're new to the game, grab some Cracker Jacks and root for the home team. You might actually like it and see what I'm talking about. For Coyote Sports, I'm Courtney Starrett.
Thanks, Courtney. After the break, see if students can redeem themselves on Chucking the Muck with more history knowledge. Stay with us.
Excuse me, ma'am, what is this?
Obstacle course training. It's how we prepare our staff to get you the news first. Not bad. The Blonde, first to the news, first to you. The student's voice for 125 years.
Over the past few years, USD's campus has been undergoing many additions and renovations, including the Wellness Center, the B School, and most recently, the Muck.
On this week's Out and About, we asked students which campus bathroom is their favorite.
The one right here because I go to it almost every day.
Definitely the one that always has the lights off in the building right over there because nobody's ever in there.
My favorite USD bathroom would probably be second floor of the library. And why? Because I spend a lot of time in there.
Ooh, the new ones right over there, because the hand dryers are so forceful that it just like dries them right away. So yeah.
It actually gotta be the one in the library right there because it's big and spacious, always clean.
The new ones in the muck that have the cool hand dryers where you like, stick your hands in and bring them back out.
I would say the upstairs muck because you're free to poop there whenever you want.
I'm not going to say the new one like everyone else. I'm going to have to go third floor Mickelson because it has a really nice homey feeling, a really good ambiance, and it's just a really nice place to take care of business.
On this week's Chuck in the Muck, Chuck decides to give USD students a chance to redeem themselves with their history knowledge.
In previous Chuck in the Muck episodes, we found out there's some people who weren't too good at history. So today we're giving them a second chance. When did the United States become a country?
1901.
Wow. Who won Desert Storm? What are you doing?
Not that.
Who won the Cold War? We did, obviously.
Why do you do this to me?
Name me a marsupial.
I just came out biology. I don't know.
My brain's fried, man.
Fish, crab, and shrimp. Marsupials, what do they do? Lay eggs? Don't have a vertebrae? Here we have two wild females. What are they bickering about now? Obviously clothes, coffee, bagels, everything women love to gossip about. Who's the vice president?
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I really don't.
Anthony Williams.
Hey, listen, I play football. I don't look up.
I don't have
who
to do
works here.
school. Mine are tortoise. They got the tool for it.
Yeah. They're pretty much the same. Look at that.
Wow, we can be glasses friends if you want.
Okay.
This is the Lost and Found. Did you find a watch earlier?
No.
No. Do vegetarians eat animal crackers?
I would have to say yes, because as a basic human, you want to eat animals, and I feel like that's kind of a happy medium for them. You know what I mean?
Name me 3 species of raptor.
Velociraptor.
Nope.
No. I don't.
Birds.
Oh, yeah.
I just need you to tell me what weighs more, a pound of gold or a pound of feathers?
Pound of gold. Pound of gold.
They weigh the same.
Good. Just like this elevator, the IQs at USD are only going up. This has been Chuck in the Muck. No, wait, it's going up.
CMJ students attended the Midwest Journalism Conference this past weekend in Minnesota and collected awards given by the Northwest Broadcast News Association.
Courtney Sterrett received the Jack Shelley Award, an award given to a student who shows dedication to broadcast journalism, excels academically, and has experience in the field.
4 different groups of students won Eric Severide Awards. The 4 sportsmen with Nathan Poole, Andrew Brown, Dan Bell, and Joe English received first place for their sports talk program, while Victoria Harmony with Make Your Point placed second.
Jenny Zeller received first place for her radio series on the campus sculptures, and USD placed second in the play-by-play category for the USD versus SDSU football game. The awards competition is for universities and colleges in a 6-state area.
That's all for Coyote News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Have a great night. We'll see you next time.